guys, again. Today's quick look is going to be over the brand new raid event, Blood and Thunder, which, as you can see by the front logo, looks amazing. I like how the Blood and Thunder, like, it goes gradually from a really nice red color, like reddish orange, to a blue color. I like the way that that looks, just looks awesome to me. And then there's uh, the lightning from Thor against the fire from Loki. Oh my god, it just looks awesome. So, on with the explanations and analysis, but I really like the way that that looks. I think it looks awesome. And also, completely unrelated, but there's a fantastic song by one of my favorite bands, Mastodon, uh, called Blood and Thunder. So, if you like metal, maybe you might give that a listen. Fantastic song. And I don't think it's referencing that. I think it might be a coincidence, but nevertheless, it popped up in my head. So, on with the analysis. So, honestly, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Really fast, has decent HP. Just over 11,000 attack, so, obviously not lacking in that regard. It could really go a lot of different ways. The skill could either be a high multiplier, God, I can't talk, single target, and it could also be a all target high low low or low high high. I'm really not sure. I'm thinking it's probably a all target just because it says everyone gets a singe. So maybe it'll be like something based off of its actual like stat affiliation, like water, wind, fire, stuff like that. It might be based off of that it scales, which would be kind of cool and something we really haven't seen before. But I might just be looking into it too much. Overall, though, its stats are pretty awesome. With a few HP super fusions, it definitely will be able to tank pretty much everything. Uh, Save maybe a Gaia or an edged maxed legendary or something. With about 7,000 HP with 3 Uspalois or Gonchas, you could get it up to like 10,000, 10,000, 10,500, somewhere around there. Uh, so you'd have it'd be anywhere from 9,700 to 10,500 based on how good super fusions you got. All that being said, one cooldown seems like it's going to be a pretty good legendary. I don't know if I'd spend my resources on it. Maybe save, see see what happens, but I'm not really sure about this one. It could go either way. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that this is probably just a buffed smash. Maybe something else, but I'm really thinking it's probably just buff smash. We actually saw Ira Hypnotic Spectre being taken out of the vault, so to speak, along with Izurok Ice Touch for this event, and they're basically just giving them away at this point. I got 50,000 points so far, and I've already gotten rares for both of them. I think 1 out of 5 each. So it's definitely not hard to get them at this point, and I think that what they're doing is they're gradually upgrading them. Obviously with their progression of stats, that would happen eventually anyways. But uh, this is kind of a swan song, so to speak, for those. I don't think that they're going to be as useful as they were after this event, especially because I think this is probably just replacing them. So, Murad, kind of a cool name for a skill, I guess. Smashes limits, and with these, so I'm guessing it's just a smash. It would make sense. And it has better stats, all buffed from the stats that Ira has, so guessing it's just an Ira replacement. New players will be able to get it for a relatively reasonable price. It's going to be some decent fodder for attack and for HP. Just going in over 6,000 HP. Wow, that's actually really good. Okay, so it's a pretty awesome all-around fighter, to be honest, especially as an epic. Pretty awesome stats, so definitely look into this one. This is a nice prize. Again, I think that what we're looking at here is probably a replacement. Well, no, maybe not replacement. Maybe that's the wrong word. Berserk All is probably like Smash All, except it has a lower cooldown. I think most of them are 4 for other fighters, so maybe it's just a replacement for Smash All fighters. I think what they're trying to do is really branch out because they've seen that eventually it gets kind of repetitive with their continual like naming the same skill over and over again. And while that's partially true, it makes it kind of hard to pinpoint the uses of different skills because multipliers could be way different. They could be the same. We wouldn't know that because they're not a standardized skill. So, while I really appreciate that and think that it's pretty awesome that they're branching out, I really can't pinpoint their usefulness based off of purely just the description. Since we've never seen the skills before, I can't really say, oh, well, such and such fighter has the same skill, it was this useful, so da 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 da. That being said, the attack on this is pretty awesome. The HP is again over 6,000, so that's nice. Its defense is nice too, so all around a nice champ, and I think we're going to see some use out of this one just as much as we saw out of the other one before. Uh, so again, look into it, maybe see how the multipliers are maybe after the event. Probably should pick some of these up during the frenzy because they're going to be good for fodder even if their skills are completely terrible. So those are just my thoughts on it. So now we have Thor Thunder God. So he is ridiculously powerful, weighing in at 100k plus stats and everything except for defense and agility with the edge for this event. Being a Paragon Legendary, the first of its kind, I would say that it probably should have had like 1,000% edge or maybe even 500% edge, considering how ridiculous it's going to be later on. Uh, but I can see what they're thinking with it. It's gonna have edge for the next few events, and I can see it being kind of fair that it has it crazy for this event. Um, it goes up at 7,143 HP, 11,697 attack, 9,334 wisdom, 5,950 defense, and 1,163 agility untouched without any edge. So with some HP super fusions, it would actually have a lot of survivability considering it has 5,950 defense normally. And uh, it's an all-hitting skill every other turn maxed out, and it has a fairly high wisdom. So all that being said, I'm gonna say that it's probably what you're gonna see from like Dioscuri or Manatar, but pushed over to the ridiculous power that is Thor at this point. So it's going to be super survivable. It's going to be super powerful. I'm guessing that it's going to go very well with um, the epic gear for this, which I don't have a picture of actually. They haven't released it yet. Maybe they're still debating putting it as an elite skill or an adept skill. I'm not sure. We'll see actually if they decide to do it anyways, even though we didn't hit the 3,000 likes. We did get 200 more since I made the video though, so I'm not sure how many of those were from the video. I hope a couple of them were from from us, but you know, overall, this is a fantastic Paragon, and it's going to be really powerful for the next few events. So I definitely recommend going for it if you're going to go for the build. Um, that isn't to say it's going to be totally outclassed by pretty much everything else once it has no edge, because it will be by Dread, by Gaia, by Lady of the Lake. Pretty much all of those are going to be more useful than this, and Guthar, and other rogues, things that are faster than it, preempts, etc., etc., etc. Hermes, there are a lot of situational things that'll make this useful, but once it has no edge, it's going to tank in value. But until that happens, it's going to be extremely useful and extremely powerful and extremely valuable. So, yeah, that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it as always. Please consider subscribing. Had to think for a second. Had my Twitch stream yesterday, and I was gonna say follow, but um, please consider subscribing if you enjoyed it. If you got something out of this video. Let me know what you're thinking about the event. Comments below. Any questions, drop them below. I pay attention to all those, so definitely leave them for me if you need anything. So yeah, that's about it. Until next time, guys.